Hour.
Hello and welcome back to the Horror Hour, the place where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I'm one of your hosts, George, and today I'm joined by my fellow co-host, Yutaka.
Hello.
And today, if you hadn't gathered by the title already, we are doing a mini non-spoiler review for the brand new film Orphan First Kill, which is going to be available in theaters, on digital, and streaming on Paramount Plus on August 19th. So it's just round the corner. We're going to talk about what we liked about it, what maybe we didn't like about it, but again, no spoilers, just an overarching thing. This film is directed by William Brent Bell and written by David Cogshaw, and features, of course, Isabel Fern returns as Esther, and we also have Rossif Sutherland and Julia Stiles starring in this as well. And this film does pitch itself as a prequel to, of course, to the original Orphan film, where we re-meet Esther again, and who is currently stuck in an Estonian psychiatric facility, who ends up somehow traveling back to America by impersonating the missing daughter of a wealthy family. Yet an unexpected twist arises that pits her against a mother and will protect her family from the murderous child at any cost. All I'll say, let's start with that. The twist that happens in this, I was shooketh because after the first film, you kind of think, they gave the twist of Esther away. So when they announced this film, I was thinking, okay, how are they going to make this? How are they going to bring that same energy? But I mean, I think, I don't know about you, Yutaka, that the twist that they have in this, you're still like, holy hell.
Yeah, bitch, I texted you after that. I was like, oh my God, did you see that coming? Because it was like, it came, I wouldn't say out of left field, but when it revealed itself, the twist, I was just like, I was like, this I want. Okay. And it added a new layer because obviously, with prequels, sometimes obviously we can have that stuck in our minds, like, oh, well, they're going to live, or we know
Mhm.
it happens. Like, for me, there's very few prequels that I'd be like, oh my God, I wish this would have changed. Like, like Rogue One. Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there. Fabulous prequel. I wish we knew it was going to end how it did. I wish it didn't because it was just done so well. I'm not saying this is that caliber, but this twist was really, really good, very effective, and it just kind of then upped a little bit of the camp factor because then I felt like the line delivery, like they were just eating that, like just chewing up scenes and
Absolutely.
mm.
It's, I think, I mean, I love Julia Stiles. I think she's so fab. And I was shocked when I saw she was going to be in this, and I thought because I hadn't seen her in a while, and I was like, so I was really looking forward to seeing it. And she definitely did not disappoint in this film, as well as the rest
Mm-mm.
of the cast. So then, Yutaka, just like overall thoughts then in general, what did you think of Orphan First Kill?
I mean, it's not going to be any type of award winner, let's be serious.
Hmm.
However, I had fun. I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, there were things that you could call out, like there were some obvious plot holes. Some of the script was a bit like some lines where I was just like, rolling my eyes. But for the most part, I think as the cast, they really they gave it 100%. And so it really, for me, I was just like, okay, if you're gonna go all in, I'm gonna go all
Yeah.
in. And Esther's a little bitch, and I loved everything about it.
She continues. I think it was really great to see Isabel Furman back in this role. I think
Mm-hmm.
she does it really well. Unfortunately, I think because there'd been such a delay on this film in general, from if it had been a year or so after the first one, I think there would have been more of an effect there to have this. But
Sure.
I still think that I mean, it's nearly 10 years, 8 years on or something, isn't it? Crazy from the
Mm-hmm.
first film. But I still think that as the Esther as a character and as a villain still holds up now,
Yes.
even further on after the first film, and even after, the twist of the first film. I think this one, you don't feel cheated by this film, I would say, in terms, and I do think that they still give Esther maybe even a bit more to do in this film, because they're not, I mean, I thought there were
Yeah.
elements, because
Okay.
because
A
they're not
little bit.
hiding behind the the twist of the first film anymore. You get to see a
Sure.
bit more about her and like her motives and things like that, which I think really help. And I mean, the kills in this, there was some great. I thought there was some good. I mean, I thought there was some good kills in this. I thought
There was a nice
nice
there's a
kill.
good there was a good sized body count.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like crazy kills though, or shocking kills. Like I because I think that's still part of the first one was just like and that's when things really went out of hand. So I wouldn't like go crazy with I think I just was enjoying the ride of the film. Um I would have loved a little bit more graphic kills.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I'm a gore hound.
He's an 80s boy. He loves that girl.
I do.
I mean, it's fair, and I enjoyed this film as well. I was a bit, I wasn't sure about it when they announced it because because the first one being so long ago, and I was worried. And I will say that maybe some of the, there is a tad of de-aging here, which I just think, what, they should maybe just not have done it. And I don't think it would. I don't think people would have gone, oh, I think people just got over it. Um,
Yeah.
and there's some elements when you can see when they change from Isabel to a child for some elements that kind of took me out. It didn't ruin the film for me by any chance, but you just kind of you do pick up on it. And because you can see by some of the shots how they're trying to make her look smaller than she is. But what I will say overall, though, I mean, I did really enjoy this film. It's a really fun film. It's probably definitely one to watch with friends. It's definitely, if you're planning on streaming it on Friday, it's definitely a Friday night film to stream. I think it's a lot of fun. And I also have to shout out the house because everyone knows that I love a house in a horror film. And Esther's bedroom in this house with that ensuite, honey, that ensuite was given everything. There was like steps going down. Oh,
I loved the house a little bit. I just saw they seemed like they had more money, so I was expecting more. I don't know. The
damn.
house was all right.
Okay.
Like I did love the kitchen though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a hardy man, so I love the kitchen. But yeah, so here's I did have some gripes. Let
Okay.
me
Yeah,
yeah.
go on.
So
Give us the grapes.
I kind of agree with you in terms of like the transition at times because it was
Like
you could make that out.
jarring. Like, oh.
I already had to put it back and I looked at it as like obviously the actress is so much older. I'm just gonna go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess they could have recast her, but I don't think it would have worked as well in my opinion.
No.
One thing I didn't like though, it's not like it had like that, Rue season one filter, but it was a little rough at times to see certain scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and everything really kicked off though after the twist, and I guess I was kind of hoping for maybe a little bit more before the twist. Like the opening though, I really did enjoy the opening. I thought that was solid. But I think
Yeah.
from the opening up until the twist, the pace was just it lagged a little.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were setting things up obviously, but you know, maybe trim out maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. So I had some issues with that, but again, aside from that, I still had a fun time because it just felt again. We keep saying that twist, but once that twist happened, and then the people started to interact differently, oh my god, it was just pure camp for me. Loved it.
Yeah, I definitely that's something I would say. I mean, I love the first one. And I would say obviously the first film is still the superior out of the two, but
Yeah.
I will say as well though, like Yutaka is saying, the first one is very much quite a serious film. There's not really if that I can think off the top of my head any
No.
comical elements.
I don't think so either.
Whereas this film definitely, like you say, like when everything comes to fruition, it like turns into like this not huge, but there's a lot of campness going on with
Yes.
some of the characters, which I
I
thought worked really
loved.
well, and I thought it really helped make make show that this is a different film and they're not just trying to rehash the first
Yes.
one. So given that, then what would you rate it out of 10 then?
I would give it a 7.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say a 7. I think a 7. It's a no. in no means a terrible film or anything like that. There is just a couple of things that maybe could have been ironed out a bit better, or things that maybe just could have been tied off neatly. But I mean, for me anyway, I think it's definitely I'm definitely going to rewatch it when it drops this Friday.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It does have rewatch factor for myself.
Yeah.
So that's why if it didn't, I definitely probably give it like a 5.
Yeah.
But I just want to rewatch it again because again, the line delivery at times is just amazing. It just I had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, I mean, I would say if you have Paramount Plus, it's worth it. If you want to rent it digitally, not bad. Go for it. If it's in theaters, okay, I kind of would want to see this on the big screen, not gonna lie. But it's nowhere near me on the big screen. It's very limited release, but I would have enjoyed that because yeah. However, I will say when they do other CG, that was my other nitpick. Some of the other CG was not it.
Yeah, there was some CG towards the end that I was like,
just not it.
But hey, look, I mean, we didn't go into this film expecting it to be a blockbuster, so and I didn't
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed, like we say, there is a rewatchability factor there, and yeah, it's going to be theaters, on digital, and streaming on Paramount Plus on August 19th. So you've got a plethora of places to check this film out, and with that, I mean, thank you very much for watching. As always, please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And if you want to see even more of us, we now have a Patreon, so you can head down. Link will be in the description box below. You get access to our early access to our main episodes. You get access to a Patreon exclusive podcast and so much more. So check that out below. And yes, until next time, bye guys.
Bye.